Hello everyone and welcome back to I think episode 13 now. Episode 13 of Casting My Climb. So let's get into the game. So I know this episode is gonna be later than normal because of a few things, but hey, let's because Riot put out something so so Wednesday was the patch. Yesterday I wanted to play the games. As I came home, the rank queues were blocked, so I couldn't do Casting My Climb, the games for that one, so I had to do them this morning, and, well, there were some horrendous matchups. So, anyway, this is the one that's fairly decent, honestly. So let's get into it. So, let's get into the teams. On the blue side, we have in the top lane Arise. Trundle's gonna be the jungler. Yasuo, the mid laner. Caitlyn, the ADC. And Blitzcrank, the support. On the red side, we have Akali in the top lane. Warwick's going to be the jungler. Xerath the mid laner. Vayne the bot carry. And Seraphine is going to be the support. So, since this game was actually today, it's a bit more in my mind than normally, but I'll put it out as well. Vayne. I am the Vayne in this game. And we saw a good Blitzcrank hook. I tried to get some pressure on top of the Caitlyn as well after everything. Got a bit of damage on there. So one thing you can kind of look at as well, we're in the new season 2 of this ranked season. And we got Doran's bow now there, so it's kind of a no item here. Warwick finds Trundle, says hello. Gives a few slaps, and Trundle's very low, honestly, so this is a bit dangerous. The blue buff is hitting Trundle as well, so he's in a bad spot. And Trundle just dies in that jungle. What the hell happened there? Okay, that I didn't see because I was, gotta be honest, a bit more focused on that one. Blitzcrank give some more opportunity. Vayne runs into that Q from the Caitlyn, so a bit of a rough one there. Yasuo and Xerath exchange some hits here, honestly, right now. So let's see how this one goes further with this one. Blitzcrank hits quite a bit of damage here. Akali tries to put some more pressure onto the Rise here. But he's handling it quite well, to be honest. Yeah, so goes in there. Gets on top of the Xerath here. And yeah, not really much yet. So 1-0 is it about 20 minutes and 5 seconds in there. Good kill from the Warwick immediately to get the pressure up there. So the thing is, why suddenly Vayne? Because normally I would be showing like Smolder and Jin and sometimes Jinx, but first off, I'm pretty sure that the Static Shiv seems like a pretty busted item, to be honest. For a few ones, that's why I would put Kaisa now in my... try to put Kaisa more into my play. First off, Blitzcrank gets a knock-up onto the Vayne. Good hook there as well, so not much about that one. If you just watches that one, tries to get the heal out of there. Vayne takes quite a bit of damage, tries to find a way out of this one, but not enough damage, and the Q finishes off the Vayne there. Yeah, so I feel like doing Kai'Sa's quite well with this new Static Shiv item, that the on-hit effects do jump onto all the targets who get hit by the Shiv damage. The Shift passive. Oh, Ignite on the Yasuo. Yasuo's pretty low. Has a flash away as well. Did pop. Just got the wall, the wind there. Can Xerath get the hit there? Yes, he gets the hit there, but the tower shot finishes him off as well. So we're 1 for 1 in the mid lane. 2-2 right now. Yeah, and my thought process, and I do like the new Vayne skin. Let's be honest about that new Vayne skin. Yep. That one is so good. I love it. Oh, Trundle's in there now. Akali's in a bad situation. Did put up the shroud, so has an opportunity to do something. Tries to find a way out of this one, but gets the pillar put in front of her face. That's flash there. Flash from the Rise as well. Root on top of that. Ignite onto the Trundle, but not much to be done about that one. Trundle picks up a kill. So 3-2 for blue. Not really a good situation to be in right now. And that's going to be another part about this one that we really have to keep an eye out for, because honestly right now, not too sure how this one will develop. Seraphine is pretty far behind, to be honest, right now. Not really sure why. Warwick once again looking for the Trundle here. Trundle puts up the pillar there, takes quite a bit of damage from the Warwick. Warwick needs one more hit there. Not much about that one. Trundle needs to get help, but he just pushed off the wolves there, and not much he can really do about that one. Wind wall? Did that go through the wind wall? Was that a bug? Not too sure though. Knock up from the Yasuo doesn't have the ult yet, so he can't. But there immediately Warwick comes in from the backside and Fear on top of the Yasuo. No chance for him to get away from this one. And Trundle died to a minion? Trundle died to the golems. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on? Trundle died to the golems. I didn't realize all that was happening while I was playing this game. So this is going to be an interesting one. So basically, I think my thought process right now from this patch is the Static Shiv is going to be a pretty strong item play with as an ADC. It's I know that Kai'Sa's passive stacks go onto the targets that get hit by the lightning from the Static Shiv. But yeah, with Vayne, I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh, there's a good... They're looking for some more damage to put on top of the Yasuo. Yasuo just gets stunned there, has to dash away again. Gets the knock up onto the Xerath, but doesn't pull the trigger there. That's a bit of a surprising one, I gotta say right now. Kali bring herself good in position, gets on top of the Rise. Rise takes quite a bit of damage. Shroud is pulled out now as well. So a lot of damage. Conqueror procs as well. Root on there. Seraphine gets hooked in by the Blitzcrank. Meanwhile, on the top side, Akali's trying to finish him off, but can't do the job there. That's a bit of a surprise, to be honest here. Yasuo gets on top of the Xerath, but Xerath once again gets the stun out of there, puts a bit of damage in. Does dodge the tornado, even though he didn't really move for that one. Right there's well Blitzcrank comes in there, gets a good hook on top of the Vayne. Vayne tries to find a way out of this one, and Yasuo barely survives, but he uses the Xerath ult. Gets through and takes him down. And that is 4-3 right now for the red team. About a 900 gold lead, so not really much about that one either. So quite a bit about something there. Rise going for a teleport here. Akali's in a bad situation. Pillar puts her up there. Root from the Rise there as well. And Akali gets picked up to Shroud, but I don't think that's going to be enough. And damage takes her down. 4-4. This has been a back and forth. We're only 7 minutes and 20 seconds into this game. But the first Drake, the Infernal Drake, goes over to the red team as well. So that's another opportunity here. And Caitlyn just basically farming, what you really want to see. Both of them taking a step back here, really. And we'll see how this one goes. Vayne picks up the Vampiric Scepter to grab the Rune King as the first item. A bit of sustainability, a bit of piercing through the armor target. The high HP targets like the Blitzcrank and the Trundle, so basically not a bad item. Stun misses there from Xerath completely. And we do see a lot going in here. A bit of damage on top of the Yasuo. He's trying to hold on as much as he can, but not really much to be done about that. Xerath looking for some more hits there. Hits another Q there. That's basically it. Seraphine is in a bad situation. Has to flash away from the Blitzcrank hook. Gets to walk away there. All is going to go up. Yasuo's looking for some more here. Red team picks up the Void Grub, so that's 3 grubs for the red team as well. So quite a bit of good pushing power to be put on there. Seraphine trying to get the Blitzcrank to bite on that one, but he doesn't yet. Otherwise, just a bit of a calm play right now. Both teams just kind of playing it out right now. 9 minutes in. We're still 4-4 and about a 500 gold lead for the red team here, so it's not really that much. If I look at it, I would say right now, yep. Blitzcrank is coming in for the rotation. Xerath gets knocked up there. Blitzcrank trying to find something for this one. Xerath goes in there, gets knocked up by the Blitzcrank. Yasuo has a chance. Hook in there as well, so Xerath gets caught out there. Ignite, and Blitzcrank takes a kill. That's a bit of a rough one. That's not what should happen there. Actually, that benefits more Xerath that the Blitzcrank got the kill there. However, first item pickup in this game right now is the Loon's Echo on the Xerath, who's 2-2 right now. All this going on here right now. Probably has to flash away there. I think here's the part where I don't really know what's going to happen here. I feel that Seraphine just kind of tilts herself off of this game. At some point, I'm pretty sure we're closing in on that point. I don't really even know why, to be honest. Which is very weird. Gotta be honest about this one. Oh, they flash on top of the Akali. Akali can be rooted soon. Has a shot up there. Gets in E backwards there and survives thanks to that one. Yasuo looking for an opportunity here. Gets stunned up. Takes a Q as well. So quite a bit of damage here. Yasuo still trying to create more pressure on top of the Xerath. But all is good right now. Two recalls coming in there. Xerath putting some more damage in there. Ryze gets the root onto the Akali. But not really much about this. Xerath can't finish the job there, misses that one as well. Takes 2 tower shots, so has to back away for now, I would say. Archangel Staff now on the rise, the Rune King on the Warwick. A few items are slowly moving into this game, really. So you'll kind of have to play this out, really, right now. Look on top of the vein, under the tower, takes quite a bit of damage there, gets blown up as well, and the Seraphine was just clearing out a ward. That was probably a misplay for me moving in that far ahead, to be honest, but the thing is, which I feel like, I'm not too sure if I would say the Seraphine is a terrible player. I just feel like we didn't click at all there in the lane. That's how I would look at it, honestly. Just kind of didn't click, and that kind of cost us pretty much. Would be my thought process about the whole thing. Collector now picked up on the Caitlyn as well, so that's going to be a bit of a bigger point where they can get a lot of kills out of that one if they need to. Good stun onto the Yasuo. Yasuo's dropping pretty low. Ignite comes out of that. It takes him down. Kali looks for an opportunity to get something on there as well. However, everything is still bouncing around here right now. Xerath's trying to get some more pressure in here. He can push out the tower. I think that benefits him quite a lot. Let's try and create out a ward. There is the Drake up, so that's another opportunity to look at something here. There places the ward, tries to show something off about that one. Goes with the ward, but Blitzcrank doesn't want to pull the trigger there. It's very interesting. The hook misses there, so Seraphine has a play in this card right now. We see the pressure coming in there. Akali gets a bit too deep there, gets the rise there, but gets rooted up and taken down on the tower by the Trundle. As I said, I feel like the Seraphine, I don't know, the Seraphine is kind of an interesting card, I would say, in this game. And you see, she's trying to communicate, but the problem is, things are mostly on the players where you're like, what do you want to tell us with that on your own team? Because asking for vision, yeah, cool. Where? In these things, that's kind of like the problem I feel like a lot of the time was. But yeah. Seraphine clears out the pink ward. Blitzcrank's going to move in there. They do get a root onto the Blitzcrank, but you can't really pressure that much with the Caitlyn moving around there as well. Blitzcrank clears out the vision. Caitlyn goes for the recall. Same time. As I said, I feel like there's something missing with the communication here. Wait, Gunblade, Exit Gunblade onto the Akali and the Omnivamp boots, the new ones. Don't remember what their name was. Glutinous Greaves, yeah. Meanwhile, the Rise does have the Sarah's Embrace and Sorcerer's Shoes. Lynn's Echo is still on that one, and Xerath just putting the pressure onto the Yasuo, and he goes down once again. Blitzcrank comes in from the side, tries to get some pressure on top of that one. Xerath managed to dodge the hook and be fine with that. And that causes another problem for this team. Drake gets tower goes down, so about almost 1,000 gold lead. Pillar does miss from the trundle, takes quite a bit of damage, and has to walk away now again. So that's another problem there. Does take him even more damage now. He has to walk away. So the Xerath is 4-2-1, and the Warwick is 2-0. So quite a heavy mid top lane advantage right now. Once again, gets on top of the Rise. Rise gets a root under the tower once again. Akali goes for the blood there. Can't get the kill out of it though. Blade of the Rune King now on Vayne, so Collector on the Caitlyn, Blade of the Rune King on the Vayne. Nothing right now from the Seraphine. Does get a good root there, but there's nobody else really to take advantage of that one. The pressure is still mounting further here. Vyas is trying to push in the tier 1 in the mid lane. TP from the Rise, so as I said, right now you can not really see much out of the Ordinary, to be honest, on either team really. Yeah, that is a bit out of the ordinary, to be honest. Gonna try to get in there. It's a TP from the Rise as well. Brings the minions in. Gets the root on top of the Akali. Akali takes a lot of damage there. Misses the last Q, but that auto is enough there. Seraphino sitting. So right now we do see Xerath putting some pressure onto the Yasuo. And that's going to be another thing about this one. Good stun there on the Blitzcrank. Relies now on the Seraphine. It seems like she's going to rotate, so she waited for the gold there to be there right now. Would be my guess right now. Warwick trying to hold a bit the wave off, but not really much he can do about that one. Hook on to the Xerath from the one. Yasuo comes in with the ult as well. So a lot of damage ignite onto the Xerath. Blitzcrank looking for more. Tornado hits him as well. Blitzcrank stops that to be a good support, giving the Yasuo a chance. Yasuo has to ignite, and that is an out there. And Seraphine, yes, just clearing out wards. And I don't know, that position is a bit awkward with the Seraphine for now, but we do have the Akali going in onto the Yasuo, trying to put some more damage in it. Met now for the Warwick, so he's trying to pick something up there. You know what, Trundle still doesn't have an item. A full item, I mean. He does have the components, he has the Tiamat, he has the Vampiric Scepter. Oh, Akali goes on top of the Blitzcrank, gets knocked up there. Goes into the Shroud, is not in a good position there right now. Riftel has been summoned, and Akali is not where you really want to be. He managed to get out of dodge there. For now, there's the charge in on the Rift Held, and that's just gonna be that. So, quite a bit. Lock it on Blitzcrank while the Seraphine has the Relies, so it's an even situation, I would say. Akali's getting visitation now from the Yasuo as well, so Squad spits something. Akali goes in onto the Rise. I'm not sure if you really want to play that style right now. They quite a bit of damage from the Yasuo and the Rise, but managed to get out of dodge there. Pillar knocks up the Vayne, but that's all you really see about this one. And now Xerath is coming in there. Rise sees him as well. Warwick is pretty far behind. To be honest, right now, that's a bit of a situation right now. Warwick brings himself into position. Gets on top of the Rise. Rise tries to get out of there, but no chance whatsoever. Akali comes in onto the back, onto the Yasuo. Yasuo's now alone against 3, and that's a double kill for the Warwick. Oh yeah, I beg to take a bit of notice. Somehow my nose is just weirdly stuffy today. So, please, I Hope you can mind that for today. Trundle looking for an opportunity to get on top of there. Xerath is pretty low, but not really much to be done about that one. Xerath is going pretty risky. Trundle's looking for an opportunity here. Gets a smite onto the Xerath, but doesn't follow up really that much. Xerath goes for the recall, but there is a ward on top of it. He's on top of a ward, so there would be an opportunity to get something out of this one. A lot is going on. Seraphine is hovering a bit around here right now. Not really much about that to be done here. Oh, that hook actually stole the scuttle there. Oh, yeah, that's rough there. There's put some bit more pressure out of there. Yasuo is moving now towards bot side, so that's another opportunity. Blitzcrank comes in there, gets a knock up. Rise comes in as well, so Xerath has no opportunity. Caitlyn picks up the kill 20 minutes and 10 seconds in. We're 10 to 10 right now. About a 500 gold lead. Well, that 500 gold lead just went out the window with the tower going down. So it's about even right now. I will probably flip in a few seconds as soon as the Drake is going to be taken down by the red team here. So 1 for 1 on the Drakes for each side. Not much to really keep an eye out for. Ali is trying to grab some more here, really. Shelves out quite a bit. Infinity Edge now on to the Caitlyn, so that's going to be a big spike. There's Earth now as a Shadow Flame, knock up from the Yasuo. Not really much to be done about that one. Trundle looking to get on top of the Akali. Could kind of work out here right now. It's kind of trying to do some about that one. Gets a knock up. Silence as well. Shroud still being in play here right now. Another opportunity. Tries to find a way around this. Looking for a dive. Good encore there. Rice is now in a bad position. Drops pretty low. Goes down to the tower there. Caitlyn does manage to play dodgeball there. Yasuo pulls out the wind wall. Vayne walks past the wind wall. Puts it still enough damage. Good stun there onto the Yasuo. Vayne puts in a lot of damage. Gets the kill. With that, it's 13 to 10 at 2140, and that could really help out this blue team, this red team. The blue team, not so much. But of Aegis now on to the Rise. While the Akali does have the Hex, Tech Gunblade, and the Riftmaker, so that's going to be a very interesting spot about this one. 1 kill and 1 assist for the Seraphine, so she's doing quite fine. Push in the mid lane is going to go around here. Trundle's looking for an opportunity here. He does put up a pillar. There's out attack there. Got shot by the tower, so he has to walk out of this one completely. Otherwise, he could be toast soon enough. And that's going to be a very interesting situation how this one develops out of it completely. But yeah, right now we're 10 to 13. Pretty even, I would say. Ridgeblade now done on the Vayne as well, so that's going to be a very interesting situation to play around right now. Root on to the Warwick, no chance to get out of that one. And a pretty huge bounty lands into the pocket of the Yasuo. It was 3, 8, and 1, so you can do with a bit of money. Let's be honest about that one. Crank looking for a hook there, but just gets hit by the E and backs away. Tower goes down in the bot lane, so another pick up there. Titanic Hydra now done by the Trundle. He has now 2 items, so he has the Rune King and the Titanic Hydra, while the Warwick, on the other hand, has the Stridebreaker done, has the Blade of the Rune King done. Seraphine walks a bit too far forward, gets hit by the hook, gets knocked up thanks to that one. Ultimate from Yasuo picks up the Seraphine. Last breath does, and that is it for the Seraphine, that one. So 12 to 13, pretty fine situation, I would say right now. Wrap around is an opportunity that they're looking for right now. Trundle takes quite a bit of damage already. He's lost a lot of HP. Vayne pops the ultimate now. First death there. Trundle's gone there. Blitzcrank takes a lot of damage, gets knocked into the wall. Meanwhile, Rise is coming in from the side, takes a lot of damage, goes down to the Akali. 3 alive still on the blue team. There's a lot of damage being put onto the Blitzcrank, but not enough, and it's a 2 for 2 trade. You There is now, the turret is in danger, and that turret is gonna go down. But not a problematic place to be if you are right now the blue team. You about 3,000, 2,000 something gold, 2,500 about down right now. So kind of fine where you are as the blue team. 1 Drake each right now, so not really much about that one either. The Vayne now is gonna go into the Tempest, which is pretty good. Tempest? What's the name? No, Terminus. Terminus, not Tempest. Terminus. Well, I'm thinking that the Caitlyn could be going into the Lord Dominic's regard. Makes a lot of sense, honestly, for a Caitlyn to do that, especially if you see the Warwick, how he's playing around this quite nicely right now. Does that show the stacks, though? It does, so you get, I think, 4, and you can go up to 10, so 2 more kills the Akali can pick up with those boots to get the full 10% lifesteal. If I remember correctly. Not 100% sure on that one. I guarantee Akali's a bit caught out of there in no man's land and taken out. And Xerath gets a bit of damage there, but taking quite a bit as well. Good Anchor there, but not anybody close by, and there's a lot. There's going to be the Rift being pulled out of there as well, so a lot of damage being put in there. Rice tries to do something about that and goes down, but Xerath falls as well, so 1-for-1 trade in that one. Blitzcrank is hovering around, Yasuo's there as well, so there's not much you can really do about this one. And yeah, the red team have to give that 1-second Drake to the blue team. The lead is still spiraling quite a bit. It's about 5,000 gold. Yeah, 5,000. Around it's melting slowly right now. It's a 1,300, 200, 300 lead. So it's kind of moving around right now. That's kind of what you don't really want to see. If you are on the red team, kind of your lead melting down. There hasn't been many item pickups, to be honest. The Seraphine did pick up the Whispering Circlet, which makes kind of sense. Right now we do have the catch out from the Warwick. Does walk into 3, so not in a great position to be in right now. Trying to find a way out. This one takes quite a bit of damage. Trying to looking for some blood, but there's going to be the wraparound from the Akali and the Vayne. Akali gets on top of a few. Bit aggressive there. Xerath is not in a good position with the Trundle, but Trundle tries to slap him down. Xerath still falls there, but Trundle goes down as well. A lot of damage here as well, and Akali gets the backup from the Vayne there and get to walk away. Meanwhile, Seraphine is just sitting bot side. Yeah. Let's better not talk about that one too much. I really have no clue about the Seraphine, to be honest. Warwick looking for some blood there. Gets on top of the Rise. The Rise does get the root there, but Warwick is still in chase, so that could be an interesting situation. Will Warwick go for more? He feels he's still got the mark that gets on top, but once again rooted up here. He backs away. Wise decision, to be honest, right now. Terminus is done on the Vayne, so the Vayne has now 3 items, while Caitlyn is only on 2 yet. Kali managed to dodge that hook, gets a bit into aggressive position there. Has to pull out the Shroud, but the blue team back off wisely enough. Dominic's is now on to the Caitlyn as well, so it's a bit of an even setup here right now. We're a bit more there. Right now, about 1,500 still. Xerath goes a bit aggressive here. Pillar comes out of there. Xerath. Trundle's not in a good position there. Takes quite a bit of damage there. Goes down there. Caitlyn tries to hold on there. Gets knocked into the wall. That's a lot of damage there. Goes down. Now there is the Rise who's holding on as much as you can. Rise takes a lot of damage and goes down there as well. Double kill for the Vayne as well. Blitzcrank and Yasuo are trying to hold on. Akali moves a bit too far forward. Gets knocked up. Last breath comes out of there. Is Ignite as well. Quite a bit of a play, and they get on top of the Akali, and she goes down. What a reminder now for the Trundle. They do need that because of the Warwick. Warwick, who has a Thornmail as well, so he's a bit of a rough player. You don't really want to hit him, but you have to hit him to stop his lifesteal as well. So that's going to be an interesting situation to be around here in this game. And the other part is Seraphine is sitting topside pushing on the wave. I don't know what's going on with that one. Let's be honest about that one. I have no clue what the Seraphine is really playing this game. To be completely honest with anyone. Zerath is holding on. Blitzcrank goes over the wall, takes quite a bit of damage already from the Vayne. It's knocked into the wall, so that's another opportunity there. Blitzcrank goes down, there's the exchange there. Caitlyn tries to find a way out of this one, takes a lot of damage from the Vayne. And Vayne doesn't get on top of her anymore to finish her off there. But still a good amount of damage being put onto that Blitzcrank there. Bit unfortunate that the Zerath had to die there. TP from the Akali into the top lane on top of the Trundle. That's a bit of a surprising play here right now. It takes quite a bit of damage here. Ult comes out of this. Well, Trundle tries to hold on, does go down, and Akali once more goods on top of the Ryze as well, but now the Yasuo comes around there. So this is not a good situation to be in there. Root did come out there, so Akali is holding on as much as he can, tries to get on top of the Ryze, but not enough, and goes down there. Meanwhile, there is now Warwick taking down the bot tier 2, so that's another score for this red team, and you can kind of see that the red team are slowly outscaling this one. Shadow Flame on the Akali now as well, so while the Ryze could, with the recall, get the Rabadons, does get it as well, so 3 items on each laner there, on each top laner there. Well, in jungle, it's a bit more iffy, I would say, right now for the Trundle. He does have the Titanic Hydra, the Blade of the Rune King, and the Titanic Hydra. Titanic Hydra, Blade of the Rune King, and Mortal Reminder. Well, Warwick does have the Strike Breaker, Blade of the Rune King, and Thornmail. Seraphine is pretty low right now. I don't know how that happened, but probably on one of her weird adventures. There's 3 sitting in the brush. They do want to look for an opportunity to play something out of this one, but the problem is really you need somebody to take the fight right now. Hook misses there from the Blitzcrank completely, and honestly right now looks like the man disadvantage because Seraphine just recalled there. You can't really contest much if you are the red team right now. You could try to outplay them completely there, but the problem on that is if you do that, cool, but if you lose a lot off of that one. There's some opportunity being looked at right now. Trundle tries to put some pressure on top of the Vayne, but not really much can be done about that one either. But yeah, right now, as I said, it's kind of like an interesting play around. You got the red team who's holding up as much as you can. It's Krang with the knock-up Yasuo immediately with the last breath there as well. Hook onto the Akali. Ace in the hole comes out there for the Zerath. That's a dead Zerath there. Akali's trying to find a way out of this one. Meanwhile, there is the Vayne coming in now on the side. Let's Krang trying to play around the wind wall. It does work out for a bit. Let's Krang holding on as much as he can. TP there from the Ryze. Trying to match the Seraphine. Well, why? I don't know. But yeah, that does open up the situation that you kind of have the problem that you can't really do much about this one. And as I said, I don't get the Seraphine. I don't know what went wrong in this game, really, in the Seraphine's mind. I would love to say I would know, but honestly, I don't really know. Seraphine is in a bad situation here. Trundle's coming around there as well. Ryze is there as well, and that did cost the Vayne her flash, just not to be caught out there. Akali trying to find a way away from them right now. Let's get hooked there, knocked up there, finished off, and that is 22-22, and the lead is about 1,700 still for the red team, but Baron is open right now. Warwick is bot side. Vayne will probably recall in this case right now. And that's not a situation you really want to be in if you are this team. Yeah, the Vayne did pick up the static shift. I'm not too sure with Vayne if it works that well as it's supposed to, but I do know on Kai'Sa it works pretty well, especially with her passive in case of her Or general passive. It works pretty well, but as I said, with the Vayne, I'm not too sure. I haven't really felt it that much. I mean, blue team now have Baron, so that's another opportunity there. Trundle tries to get on top of the Vayne. Pillar misses completely there, so she can walk away. Seraphine looking for an opportunity here. Get a root there, but you can't really follow up much in that one. Zerath now has a rabbit on death cap as well, so that's another opportunity to play something out of this one. Completely. Warwick goes on top of the Yasuo. Takes quite a bit of damage. Pundle is coming along right now. There's the ult from the Warwick. There is another one, and Yasuo falls to the Warwick. Warwick now fights off the Trundle, and Trundle does a bit more damage than really that the Warwick does, and they do get a kill there. This could be a very interesting situation here. Let's see how the Caitlyn plays this one out completely. Because if she gets caught off, this could cost a lot. Seraphine is topside, which doesn't make much sense. Akali gets on top of the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's still holding on as much as he can. Ult there gets the job done. Blitzcrank is falling pretty low right now. Goes down as well. That's 2 down. And the red team just decide, okay, we're going to go for this one. Meanwhile, the blue team are pushing topside in there. So that's an opportunity here. One of the towers falling here. Seraphine is alone, maybe holding off right now. We don't really see. Nope, she's just standing there. I don't know what that's going to do. She gets hit by the pillar. She now reacts there. Gets immediately beaten up there. Encore comes out of there. Doesn't do much there. Tower is falling. Right now, both towers are down on the blue side around the Nexus. Nexus is almost half HP, almost down, completely gone. There's the last breath, but not enough, and the kill goes to the Nexus, and GG. The red team pulled that one out, could barely. And I got about 19 LP from that one. So right now, I'm going to be honest, we're not in a good spot. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.